Welcome to my channel, Learn by FK. Hello viewers, this is lesson number 2 of this book, The Tower. And you can see the first paragraph is the intro of this chapter. And this chapter is taken from the book, which is exciting. You can see here in Scotland, it's a story about the 18th century. And this is about the Uncle Ebenezer, the first character, and second is the person which his name is David Belfort. So there are two characters here, first of all, and the David is going to the Uncle Ebenezer for living, and this is the story about it. And when David arrived at the uncle house, what happened you can understand by understanding or reading this chapter. And you can see this line, uncle was not happy, you can see here, when he saw the David. And you can understand about them the conversation. First of all, Uncle Ebenezer took David upstairs to a bedroom for the night. The bed was so damp that David slept on the floor, and he woke up early the next morning. The bedroom was very dirty and the windows were broken. Uncle Ebenezer had locked the door. David knocked and shouted uncle until his uncle came to let him out. Uncle Ebenezer took him to the back of the house. He pointed to a well. You can wash here, he said. After breakfast, Uncle Ebenezer said to the David, I will do my best to help you, but you must not leave the house of chores or write letters to your friend. David was very angry when he heard this. I would rather go away, he replied. Or you can say he cried, he shouted. No, no, said his uncle. Stay here for a day or two. Very well then, replied David, I will stay. He went to his bedroom and tried to clear it out. He swept the floor and hung the bedclothes out of the window in the sunshine. Now, in this paragraph, you can understand, first of all, when the David arrived, so Uncle Ebenezer took him to the bedroom in the night time. And the bed was damp, means the bed was wet, and David slept, that's why David slept on the floor. Now the next morning, when the David woke up, what happened? The bedroom was very dirty. He can see everything in the daytime because there was no light in the room. And the windows were broken. It means the things were in a very bad way. Uncle Ebenezer also locked the door. So what happened? David knocked and shouted for what? For going outside from the house, and that's why he was saying to let him out. Now what happened? Until the Uncle Ebenezer reached here to unlock the door, and he took him to the back of the house for washing the face, or you can say to fresh, and he pointed to a well that you can use the water from there. After breakfast, Uncle Ebenezer, what happened? Uncle Ebenezer told the David what? That he will do the best services or give the best things to the David, but there are two conditions. He said that not to write any letter to his friends of David, and second thing, that not to leave the house of chores. House of chores is the name of house of Uncle Ebenezer. Now what happened when he listened these things? So David was angry and he heard this, and what happened? David didn't want to stay there. That's why he wanted to go away from this house. But what happened? Uncle told him that please stay here for just 1 or 2 days, and after that you can go away. And for this, what happened? David was agree for that. Now, He very well then, replied David, I will stay. He went to the bedroom. Now, what happened for staying there? To clean this bedroom, or you can say the room also, for living for a day or 2 days. So that's why he swept the floor, cleaned the floor, and dry the clothes by putting them outside the window in the sunshine. Now, Uncle Ebenezer spoke very little to David for the rest of the day, but he watched him all the time. They had porridge for breakfast, porridge for dinner, supper, and for every time. Why? Because David's uncle was a miser person. It means he hated spending money, and he ate nothing but porridge and drank nothing but juice. At supper time, supper means the evening meal time. Uncle Ebenezer said to the David, will you go to the tower to the end of the house for me? Here's the key. Go up the stairs and bring down the chest that is at the top of the tower. Can I have a light? Asked the David. No, said the uncle. Keep close to wall. You will be quite safe. Now what happened? Now the David uncle speak little, and he was watching all time. It means he was observing all the activities of David, and he gave just porridge to the David every time, and he hated to spend money. It means he was a miser person, and he just give the drink only juice for drinking, nothing else. And in the evening time, Uncle Ebenezer said to the David, that bring the chest, which is a cabinet, you can say, or you can say the cupboard, from the top of the tower in the night time. And what happened then? It was a very dark night, because it was a cloudy night. And so what happened? David asked for a light. For what? For understanding or seeing the things or directions in the dark night time. But what happened? Uncle Ebenezer refused this, and he just said, what? To keep close to the wall for going up to the tower, and you will be safe. So what happened? David took the keys and went out. A storm was coming, and it was a dark night, and David opened the door to the tower. A flash of lightning lit up everything. Now he got the keys and going up to the tower by taking the keys from the Uncle Ebenezer, and he was going there. And the light of the lightning, you can say, in the clouds shows the things or scene, you can say. After the flash, it was so dark inside the tower that David had to feel his way to the stairs. He climbed higher and higher, and still he did not come to the top. It was not quite so dark now, and David wondered why. Wondered means surprise. Suddenly a great flash of lightning lit up the whole tower. David saw there was no more stairs in front of him. He had taken another step, and he would fall into the ground, and stairs had never been finished. So this is the scene about this, that he was going upstairs by putting his hands on the walls of the tower. And what happened? In the dark night he cannot see the things, but he saw the whole scene by just the lightning, and he see when he was at the end of the stairs that there were no stairs more and no wall. And what happened? If he go more, so he will fall there. David stood quite still, trembling all over. Trembling all over means shaking, and it was dark again now, and bats were flying round his head. He knew that Uncle Ebenezer had tried to finish him. So this is the story about this, that he was trembling, he was shaking his body from the scare, and it was because he is safe from the bad thing of falling from there. And bats means a flying bird in the night, you can see in a black color around his neck. So he understood that the uncle Spencer wanted to finish him. So this is story about this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share my videos.